Hi, Sheer Star Goddess. I'm back. So I just wanted to say hi. I'm just gonna pop on real quick and talk about a few things. First of all, the kids are back in school. Yay! I'm free during the day now, so I have a little bit more time. Also, I have started another channel. It's a beauty channel. It's like makeup, hair, probably some hauls and stuff. So I don't have to put a lot of that on this channel. So if you want to check it out, I'm going to put the link below and you can go subscribe to me. And actually, I just did a video on this look. So if you like this look and you want to see me put on makeup, go over to that channel right now and subscribe. Okay, so now that that's out the way, a little shameless plug. Yes, yes. I want to talk about today intuition. Okay, intuition is very strong, and a lot of witches, alchemists, practitioners of magic, psychics, they all have intuition. We all have intuition. It's just sometimes it's stronger and sometimes it's weaker in other people. You can actually work on building your intuition and making it stronger. There are many ways, but this is the first sort of nudge to let you know, like when you were young, that you were special, you were different, you had more intuition than the average person. It's probably what led a lot of people to, practice witchcraft, hoodoo, become psychics, tarot readers, and all that kind of stuff. So your intuition is like your sixth sense. So pay very close attention to it. When you feel something is wrong, when you think something is wrong, when you have just an uncomfortable feeling, pay attention to that, because a lot of times it will lead you in the direction to ask the right questions to get the answers that you need, or to figure out something. Intuition is like, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. That's what I say. When you are just feeling that gut feeling, and you don't do anything about it, or you ignore it, it's going to stop coming to you eventually, because you keep, pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back. And you're, oh, that's not right. That couldn't be right. I don't believe that. Da, da, da. And once you stop tapping into that and using it, and, feeling positive about that feeling, it's not gonna be as strong. So, when that feeling comes, explore it. Don't jump overboard and say, oh, I think this and I think that. Investigate, because sometimes it's not what you find, it's how you get there, that was important. Like, it's not like, for example, if you think someone is cheating on you and they're really not, but you just have this weird feeling because they're acting different, something is off, and maybe you like investigate and find that this person is just sick and they don't want to tell you. Okay, so it's kind of like that. When something feels off, your mind is automatically going to jump to a conclusion, which may not be the case. It is just pointing you in that direction that something is off. So instead of flying off the handle and saying, oh, I think you're doing this, investigate. Ask questions without being intrusive, and say, oh, you've changed a little bit. Anything, what's up, what's new? And that's an opportunity for you to observe that person and see what their reaction is, because sometimes some people just like to keep things hidden or secret because they don't want to hurt the other people in their lives. Like, maybe they're sick, or maybe their mother is sick and they're going to visit her after work or something like that, and they don't want you to think that they're choosing her over you. Just some whole weird stuff that you're not comfortable with. They might be just trying to do something good. So a lot of women have this problem where they feel like something is wrong in their marriage, with their child, with their spouse, with their lover, with their friends, and they just automatically jump to the worst conclusion. But that instinct is not there for negative reasons. It's not there to say, oh, he must be doing wrong because I don't feel right. A lot of witches will feel that. They'll say, oh, that energy's bad, it doesn't feel right. They'll automatically jump to the negative instead of investigating and seeing what it actually is. So the next time you get that gut feeling that something is wrong, ask simple questions, investigate. Don't automatically jump to the worst scenario, because that negative thinking alone is powerful as well, and you're inviting that into your life. You're vibrating on that level, blah 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 blah. So try not to jump to the worst possible scenario. Ask the questions first, because you don't know. You really don't know. All you're doing is feeling something that is off, and it's not in your vibration. So it's not in your normal vibration. It's not in their normal vibrations, and you can feel that. That's what it is. It's there a change in their frequency that you're feeling, and you're like, something is off. It's not right. And if you're not very skilled at, if you can't read minds, basically, then you're gonna have to ask questions. Okay. So I get a lot of people who come to me for readings because they have this gut feeling that something is going on, and they are digging and digging and digging, but they're not asking the person themselves. They're coming to everyone else, which is, it's how we do it until we're sure if there's something actually there. Because a lot of times when people get readings, they want to hear either the worst news or the best news, and a lot of times people will get upset because you didn't tell them what they thought they were feeling, or you're not going to confirm that this person is doing certain things because it didn't show up in the cards. And sometimes it's not there because it's not there. I feel like sometimes we need to just ask questions instead of jumping to conclusions and jumping into spells and magic. I mean, I love spells. I love doing magic. I love reading cards. But sometimes the answer is very simple. And sometimes we overanalyze things as witches and practitioners of magic, when the answer is just one simple gesture, So, for example, when I was in math class in like elementary school or junior high, they said, okay, I forgot what they called this type of math, but it was like, okay, is it faster to add 5 plus 5 on paper in your head or on a calculator? Even though the answer, which steps are you going to go to figure out 5 plus 5? Are you going to think it in your head and just go, okay, 5 plus 5? Are you going to write 5 plus 5 down on paper, draw 5 little circles plus 5 little circles, and then count the circles and then put 10? Are you going to get a calculator out, turn it on, wait for the sun cellular solar thing to start working, and then are you going to punch your numbers in to press equal? Which way is faster and more effective? Right, using your mind. 5 plus 5 is 10, memorization. Okay, so it's the same thing in witchcraft. Is it faster for you to pick up the phone and make a phone call? Is it faster for you to ask a question? Is it faster for you to go down to the Botanica and get 5 candles, some hoodoo oil, some herbs, some beads, some incense, come back to your house, find time in a private space, set all this stuff up, light the incense, light the candles, rub the candles with oil, dress the candle? Which is faster if you're trying to get an answer? Ask the person or go through all of that. Okay. Sometimes your words and how you ask a person can also be magical. You just have to know the right words, when to approach them, the day to approach them, if their sign is a Leo or an Aries or whatever, how to approach them. Do your research. I mean, astrology, days of the weeks and corresponding spell work and all that kind of stuff. If you are a seasoned witch, all of this. So sometimes the answers you need can just slide right out if you just approach it in the correct way. Especially like if you're close to a person and you've bound them to you, they're going to be more receptive to you. So and also witches, If you're in a relationship, don't wait till it's too late. Bind the person when you first get into a relationship. If you really want them, bind them to you. Because I have a lot of people coming to me saying, you know what, how can I get him back? How can I get her back? How can I do this? How can I do that? How can I get them to change their mind about me? I said, have you ever put a binding spell on them? No. Well, why not? When you were with them, that's what you're supposed to do. When you're with somebody, you're supposed to be bound to them, okay? You're supposed to bind yourself as soon as you feel like this is the person you want to be with. Okay, so because somebody, if he's not bound to you, somebody else is going to bound him if they practice magic. So for example, let's say your husband is not bound to you, right? Magically. And some little whatever wants to steal him from you. And she practices magic, and she's going to be like, you know what, I'm going to bind this man to me. I know his wife probably hasn't bind him to her. She doesn't really know anything. I'm going to bind him to me and see what happens. You know, a lot of people just mess in your relationship like that. So make sure as soon as y'all get into a relationship, or as soon as you hear this video and you haven't done it, go bind your husband, go bind your lover, go bind your girlfriend, go bind your boyfriend, go bind your pets. I don't care. Go bind something to you. Go bind I bind my children to me and all of that, because that bind guarantees that they will always be thinking of you, considering you. You're going to be in their decision-making processes. They're not going anywhere. So y'all take precaution. Magic is not for effects. Magic is also for precautions and to cause certain things, not as an effect of some bad things happening to you. So y'all use magic before you even need it. Okay. This is how a lot of people cover themselves, and they don't have to worry about stuff because they've already done it. You know, it's like, you know how everybody during the New Year is like trying to lose weight and do meal prep. This is like magic prep, spell prep. So like for the New Year, write down a list of spells that you need to do. Like, I need to bind this person, I need to do this prosperity spell for the whole year. You know, do work in advance that's going to continue. And a lot of people do New Year's resolutions for all of this. Do New Year's resolutions for your spell work, magic. I'm going to do a spell a week. If I don't feel like doing a spell, I'm not going to do a spell. But if I do, I'm going to do one a week, you know, just to keep up on my, you know, skills, just for preparation in advance. And then like some witches, they like to give, but they don't have a lot of money or time. Give a spell. You know, it's like, you know what, I'm going to do some work for you for free because I feel like giving. You know, some witches will, you know, say, oh, you know what, I feel like working for a good cause today. Let me do some spell work or manifesting for, you know, this certain cause in the world. You know, if you have a lot of free time and a lot of energy and you just feel like giving back and doing something, but you can't contribute physically or, you know, financially, do it magically. You know, you can always give. I know a lot of people feel bad because sometimes they feel like they have nothing to offer the world and they feel bad about themselves and low. Give your service, you know, and sometimes people will compensate you anyway. Or you can actually start, you know, a list of people who like what you do, and then eventually go into business. You know, sometimes you got to give little free samples here and there, and to start, you know, the idea of maybe starting a business. So all of this stuff will lead to something eventually, and you'll feel better, you'll feel prepared, and you know, you'll feel good about yourself. So yeah, I just wanted to make that little quick video, and don't forget to go subscribe to my new beauty channel if you're into that. Ladies, men, whoever, I don't care, anybody can subscribe. So I'm gonna link that below, and hopefully I'll have a few new subscribers in the future, and I'll see y'all later. Okay, bye.